Hey, this is Haplin, and in this module, we're going to learn a little bit more about the website. In your client acquisition sub-account, click on Sites, then Websites, and open up the website template. We can see here there are 3 pages. Your home page has all the information about the offer and is kind of like the first stop on the journey. It's the main landing page where people can watch the video, generate interest, and really see what your offer is about. The second page is the sales call calendar. This also is the demo page. So on the home page, you'll notice that one of the main things to do, the main call to action is to demo the voice AI. When you click that button, it's going to take you to the sales call calendar page. And on that page, it first has a little demo instruction where it has a button where you can demo voice AI for yourself. And then right beneath that is the sales call calendar. So it's a really natural progression from home page. Yeah, I'm getting interested. I watched the video. That sounds interesting. Okay, I will try it out. I'm going to demo this for myself. They click it. They land on a page that has instructions on how to demo the voice AI offer. And then as soon as they're off the call, they have the calendar right underneath that, inviting them to get on a call with us. Of course, once someone's ready to buy, then on the homepage, there are also calls to action on get started. In the pricing section, it's got price and then invites you to get started. Anytime somebody clicks that, pulls up the pop-up, which has our 2-step order form on it. So that's how people will check out. Once they book a call, if you're on sales calls and you're closing people, you'll just have them go to your home page and click get started. Now, the last page is just the onboarding call calendar page. This is post-sale. When somebody does check out and they process their first payment, they automatically redirect to the onboarding call calendar page where they can book their onboarding call. Highly recommend you have people do that before they even hang up on the sales call. So just to recap, everybody lands on the home page. They want a demo, they go to the sales call calendar page, and once they do demo, they can book a call right then and there. When they're on the call, if they decide to buy, they can check out again from the home page, at which point they will land on the onboarding call calendar page. So from the website's perspective, that's kind of the entire sales flow. Now we have a couple specific things that we're going to do together here. I want you to edit the home page. So click the blue button that says edit. And what you'll do now is scroll all the way down to the pricing section and then click in the negative space and you see the green box kind of around. See my screen share where there's the green box. That means you've selected the entire section. And that's good. That's what we want. Now on the right-hand side, it should say pricing, and there's a little menu of different things you could tweak about the pricing section. Go to the advanced part, and then at the very bottom of that, there's CSS selector. Click the copy button so you copy that CSS selector ID onto your clipboard. Now scroll up to the top of the page and then click on your menu. Over on the right hand side again, go down to menu items and pull up the pricing menu item, and we can see here the action is go to website URL, and then there's already a URL in there. Here we can see the power of custom values again. This is another reason why we updated those custom values, because part of this URL is the homepage. We're going to set it up so that when somebody clicks pricing, it's going to scroll down to that section of the homepage. So we actually want to stay on the homepage, but we want to go down, skip to that section of the homepage because pricing is on the homepage itself. So the way we do that is we have the URL of the homepage, then we've got a / and we put that CSS selector in there. Once you've done that, make sure you submit and hit save, and then we are going to rinse and repeat for the features section. So now scroll down to the black section that is all the features you need in one place. Click in the negative space to select the entire section and then switch to advanced. Copy that CSS selector and then paste it into just the end of the URL for the menu item for features. Make sure you save and publish. And before we move on, I want to test this out really quick. So I'm going to visit the homepage of my website and just try clicking features, clicking pricing, and making sure that that is taking me to that appropriate section of the page. All right, lastly, let's talk about the testimonial section. There is a section in here where you can see John Smith and Mark Jacobs, etc., have left us great testimonials. If you have your own testimonials, even if it's for other services, just general nice things people have to say about your organization, about your company, highly recommend you put those in here. You'll want to customize that yourself. But if you're just starting out and you don't have any testimonials or you haven't had anyone say anything nice about you yet, that's totally fine. Just click into this section. And then in the advanced, you'll see that there's a little desktop icon and a little mobile icon. We're just going to turn those both off, and we're just going to hide that section for now. I highly recommend that you prioritize generating testimonials when you do get the opportunity to work with somebody new, that you make sure you're gathering their feedback and especially their positive feedback, and that you incorporate that into your marketing via a section like this testimonial section on your homepage. Once you make that section invisible, you might be wondering, well, how do I see it again so that I can make it visible again? Now I can't see it. It's a really simple fix. Just go to layers in the top right hand corner, then click page. That will expand down to where you can see testimonials. Bring up the testimonials editor again, and then in advance just toggle those back on. All right, we're done. That is actually all we had to cover in terms of buttons you needed to click in order to get your website set up. The rest of this is just about making sure that you jive with what's going on the page. We have already customized all of this stuff to your offer, and it's ready to go at this point. You can launch this, you can share it, you can start promoting it, you can start selling it. And just some cool things that I want to point out along the way, we do have this desktop view and mobile view that you can turn on and off with each section. You can clone a section and have one only on for desktop, one only on for mobile. Right above the page visualization in the UI, there is a desktop icon and a mobile icon where you can switch views. So you can actually preview. Right now we're looking at desktop view, that's the standard view. But you can also switch to mobile view and you can see what the website looks like on mobile. Super helpful, super powerful. Another thing that you can do is replace images. Simply click on an image and then click the little icon that's next to the URL, and that will pull up your media library where you can replace the image with something you upload from your computer, or you can search for stock images with our Pixabay and Unsplash integrations. So as you can see, I'm just gonna grab this nice image of somebody watering their plants and plug it into an image on my home site. Lastly here, you may have noticed this already, but every time you click save, it pulls up this SEO metadata on the left-hand side of the screen. That is simply a preview of how your website will look when it's searched on the web. So if somebody ever Googles Haplin's amazing AI voice agency and I'm to pop up in a search result, that's how it will look. I can customize the title of the page, the description of the page. It's really cool. And also the image of the page. And this is really nice too, because all media will preview links this way. So if I text out a link, you know, sometimes you send a link and then it's got like a whole little thumbnail preview in it, or if you post something on social media, the link shows a certain way. It's not usually just a naked thing. Well, sometimes it is, but if it has this kind of setup, then you actually can customize the way it presents when you share the link. So you can dial that in, play around with it. It's not the most important thing, but it is there. Okay, so at this point, I recommend you just review the content of this page as well as the two other pages. The two other pages are really quite functional. There's not a lot going on there besides taking the next step down the sales process. So there's not as much to do. The home site is really where you want to make sure you understand all of the content on there. If you see something that you feel really passionate about, maybe changing the tone or the wording just to make it sound more like you or your business, you're welcome to do any kind of customizations you see fit. But you really just want to get to the point where you're ready to own this as your website. You understand the content on there, you understand what you're selling, what your prospects are going to be seeing before they get on a call with you, how you're representing your business to the outside world. And you really just want to get yourself to the point where you're ready to start using this website as a tool in your sales process. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead and move on.